There are plenty of different ways to make a ton of gold in Palia, which I've shared in the past couple days with multiple videos. However, some of these methods either include a lot of preparation or can only be accessed a little bit later in the game. But what if I told you you can literally get rich when sleeping? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Foriam, and in today's video, I'll share a trick of making a lot of money overnight when not actually playing the game or simply if you want to focus on doing other things instead. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are at my little farmland, my base, which I finally started decorating a little bit. It's still very far from finished, but I finally have a kitchen inside, no longer living like a hobo. But yeah, let's get down to business. I quickly want to say a huge thanks to every single one of you guys once again for the awesome support on my videos. If you enjoy my content, be sure to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments down below. But let's get down to business. So, long story short, I decided to exclusively focus on tomatoes. Right now, I have a ton of tomato plants right here. Only tomato plants, and they just grew at 6 a.m. by the way, so that is something you want to focus on all times. There are some people that say like, no, you want to focus on the perfect layout with some potatoes right here and some cotton plants or wheat right there. But in general, this is going to take so much of your time to basically plant the perfect layout that, in my opinion, it's simply not worth focus on. Instead, if you just plant one single plant, then quickly water every single one of them, which literally takes seconds, as you can see right here with the exquisite watering can. But right now we are basically ready to go on an adventure and we can leave the farm be. Of course, we want to take those weeds away from the farm. Save those for cooking, guys, because for endgame cooking dishes, you're gonna need these bad boys. So this is what the farm looks like. We currently have 6 to 7, sometimes even 8 harvest boosts. But this is hands down the most efficient way to make a ton of gold with veggies, as these plants can actually be harvested multiple times. And now we also don't have to worry about constantly replanting every single one of them. And of course, the yield should be converted into seeds, because if we take a stack of tomatoes right here, the value is 34. So I usually just throw in 30 plants into the hopper, and this gives me 30 or more tomato plant seeds. So the value goes from 34 to 60 for each tomato. It doesn't convert one by one, but 2 by 2. And sometimes you will also get some regular tomato plant seeds, which you, of course, want to sell instantly. Right here, we've got 30 seeds of the quality ones and 1 normal. This is actually the one where I took 30 tomato seeds away from because I wanted to have some extra ones to plant. But we're going to basically sell all the rest because we're going to get a ton of tomatoes from this very farm. You're even going to have too many tomatoes to convert into seeds. And that is where the glowworm farm comes in. So you just want to throw in all these bad boys, convert them into glowworms, which you can use for high-end fishing, but also for the HarvestBoost Fertilizer. So this is what keeps the farm going, make it as efficient as possible, maximize your yield basically. I think you can make it even more efficient if you have some trees around it. All right, so here we are once again at the tomato farm. You can see that every single one of these fellas has fully grown. So right now we're gonna harvest every single one of them so you can see how many resources we can get with one single plant. As you can see, we just leveled up our gardening. We got a couple achievements or challenges completed, and well, we still have one more right here. But a lot of renown extra as bonus. I'm gonna quickly water all the tomatoes so they're ready for the next growth tick, as of course you can harvest these plants multiple times, up to 4 times per plant. So that means you can get this yield times 4, which we're gonna check out in a second. All right, so there we go. All these babies are ready for the next party. Anyways, this is what we got our hands on. 3 tomato plant seeds. We have a lot of high quality tomatoes, so I'm going to just stack them up right here. We've got 162 star quality tomatoes. So 162 times, of course, the value which they sell for, 34 is 5,508 gold. Next up, we have 81 regular tomatoes. So we're going to do that times 23, which is 1,863. And then, of course, we also have 3 seeds back worth 60 gold. That is 180. plus 5506. Combine all these numbers and you will already have 7,549 gold with just a single harvest, ladies and gentlemen, which seems a lot. But of course, like I already said, you can actually double this amount if you convert all the tomatoes into seeds. So you just want to place all these tomatoes into your seed makers. So you can literally double the value. From 34 per tomato, we go to 60 per tomato seed bag. Every single time when your farm is ready to harvest, you can take new tomatoes from this. So if you're just spending a couple hours playing Palia, well, you can actually have 4 or 5 or maybe 6 times more the amount of tomatoes which we've just gathered. So you're just going to place all the excess tomatoes into the seed makers, while the rest of them, of course, you want to place into the glowworm farms, so you can make a lot more fertilizer, get more yield out of your farm, and of course also some more glowworms for high-end fishing. I already have over 300 right now, as you can see, so this becomes pretty insane. Of course, you guys want to have proof, right? Well, it's very simple. 2 tomatoes convert to 2 seed bags. So we basically have 8 seed makers right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the yield which we've got from last night's sleep. So after like 10-ish hours, there's going to be done with the seed making, and this actually makes this almost that 15,000 gold. So right now we have 8 seed makers. That translates to almost 15k gold, while if you have 16 seed makers, it's gonna make 30k every time you go to bed and wake up again to reap the rewards. And that is basically it. You just water the plants every time when you revisit your base. And if you do this right before you go to bed, ladies and gentlemen, well played. You're gonna be rich in no time. If you wanna have this amount of craft certificates, of course, you're gonna have to visit the City Hall, which is the big house in the eastern part of Kalima village. Anyways, right here you can interact with a store and purchase yourself some crafting licenses. Mine already cost 10k each, so for the people who sometimes comment on my channel and say like, hey, Forium, please don't be this hardcore. Why are you tryharding on making as much money in this game as possible? Well, this is basically where your money goes. A harvest house, 15,000 gold. A medium room, 10k gold. 6k gold for a small room. But I can make it a lot worse for you guys, because right now we're gonna visit the furniture store and you're gonna be surprised how much gold you have to pay for the final inventory upgrades to stash more stuff in your base. So right here, the copper storage bin. Wow. Oh, just 25k casually. Then the iron storage bin. You're gonna need 100,000 gold for this. So you better start making money like a boss. Otherwise, it's gonna take you forever to pay for these upgrades. Anyways, there are plenty more active ways how you can make a lot more money in Palia to get the maximum upgrades for your backpack as quick as possible, which I already unlocked some time ago. But yeah, that is basically it. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video helpful, and of course share your thoughts about the yields in the comments down below. I'm super curious if you have something similar, very efficient, up and running, which also makes you a ton of gold passively. Right now, though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day in Palia, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.